disrespect you respectfully. Humbly. Nah, respectfully.
I'm going to share screen. And then I'm going to scroll through some topics that I post. Remember I told you I was going to post stuff, and then we can just scroll through and, So, and we can just, wherever we land at, I just want to play a quick bar from the God, the OG of the culture. Just a quick bar for all my kings out here. You got to stay focused.
Oh, goodness.
You got to stay focused. The kings, it's very important that we stay focused. Black men, stay focused.
Yeah. Please. Right? Please.
Sister Danielle, when are we going to have a Garvey baby? Lord have mercy, Sister Danielle. You must not have heard me. Sister Danielle wants to have a Garveyite baby with King Kongalicious. Sister Danielle, and she fine too. Look at them eyes. Sister Danielle, listen, baby. We got to build the nation first. If I give up all my testosterone, I won't have no energy to build the nation. I got to build first, okay? We must build before the back shots. We must handle the business before the back shots. It is consciousness over the cookies. It is politics over the punani. It is revolution over the romance. Sister Danielle wants to have a baby with King Kongalicious. She fine.
Talk to him, King.
I mean, let's keep it.
It is consciousness.
That is the strongest. I wish I would have heard that. Do you understand? I wish I would have had somebody really break that down to me when I was 16 years old. Fam, you understand how much money I would have right now? Like, for real, G. Because once I got a sniff. Just a sniff. Just a little.
What's
like,
that?
What is that?
Then you put
I'm on deck.
Then you hit one of these right here, like,
Ooh, that's so light and buttery.
So it's like,
I think I'm going to indulge.
One of them lobsters you dip in the butter.
No, it's like, I know. It's like the first time you ever had shrimp before. You ever had remember the first time you ever ate shrimp like in your life?
Yeah.
Yo, it changes the game. I don't care nobody.
Definitely a game
like
changer.
That.
Definitely
like I think that's that's the one seafood everybody can collectively love if you're not allergic to it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah. All right, so look, I'm gonna scroll through. This thing is acting slow as hell, y'all.
This is actually, hey, Tom, you thinking, bruh, because this is actually pretty a good idea to kind of go through and talk about the different things. Bruh. Oh, you want to talk about the Swiss Beats and
Swiss Beats, Timberland. Okay. So, what do you know about this story? So, Swiss Beats and Timberland are suing Verzuz.
Anything about this? They're suing Verzuz?
Yeah. So basically, Swiss Beats and Tim, they're suing Verzuz. But so I'll give you the breakdown of it from what I know. They're suing Verzuz because Verzuz paid them out an initial payment. On the front end of the deal, and then they were supposed to, I think, pay some money in installments on the back end, right?
Okay.
And I think the installments were supposed to be either 20 or 28 mil or something like that. Something like that. So it amounts to a lot of money. So basically, now so Swiss Beats and Timberland are saying we never got paid, right? From Triller. This is Triller.
Oh, Triller. Okay.
So they're suing Triller for this money, but when it gets kind of like a deeper, darker criminal link, is Triller they're not countersuing yet, but they probably will end up. But their rebuttal, and they've gone public putting out a statement about it, is that essentially Swiss Beats and Timberland were supposed to deliver some, of course, it's some litigious issues with using the music from these artists, like having these artists come in and do this music for the verses. Triller doesn't have access to to the rights of the music, and a lot because a lot of these artists don't own their own music, So if they're showing up and doing music for something, the label has to clear that. So basically, Triller is saying that there was an agreement where the money was tied to Timbaland and Swiss's ability to get them cleared.
To clear the music?
On the record label side. And apparently, Swiss and Tim, they're basically saying that Swiss and Tim haven't done that. Right? So they're like, look, you didn't really deliver your side of it. We already paid you a lump sum up front. So it ain't like you didn't get bread from it. And then they're saying, but on the back end, it's making it harder for us to operate the business if we don't have full access to the product, which you are the ones that are tied and have relationships with the product, and you're supposed to take care of that. So nobody knows what the full true story is, but based on that premise, it does seem like it's probably going to get kind of goofy because neither side seems like they're going to back down.
It's going to get shaky. Yeah, it sounds like it's going to get a little shaky.
But then,
hey man, shouts to them.
Right.
Sorry that they got to go through goofy shit.
They'll say good luck, man. It's always FUBU.
Good. Clearly was about to say
that. Because the other side of it, Triller got big bread. So Triller has enough bread. They got a what do they call it? An arms chest, a legal arms chest that runs very deep. So they can fight you. But
hey man, it says a lot that they only sued. I say only because I'm talking about them on a particular scale. Only $28 million. You know what I mean? Because I feel like the Verzuz is worth a lot more than just $28
million. Yeah. And the thing is, but you know what the other side of it is? I think it would have been if Swiss and Timbaland had held on to it.
Right, true.
But since Triller took over, have you noticed? It's kind of phony, yo. Like some of the verses they put together is like stuff that nobody wants to see. Not every verses. What I'm saying is they are introducing certain verses that is like, why would you put a paywall up for Cypress Hill and what was that? It was Cypress Hill versus did you hear about this versus? It's been a couple of those where it's like, what? No,
I guess you know what it is because I'm gonna be real with you. I only subscribe to the ones that actually interest me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying.
Something that I'm interested in.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't care about a Cypress Hill. And respect to them.
Respectfully.
But I don't subscribe to a Cypress Hill. I didn't listen to it when I was young, so I didn't really care.
Right.
But like if you put Mario in the room with Mario, I'm gonna give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's something that's gonna be.
But that's what I'm saying. So like since Triller took over, the ones that are less attractive, actually have been more frequent. You see what I'm saying? Prior to them taking over, it's like every versus they came out with was a versus that you at least are significantly interested in. But since Triller took over, it's like some of them are like, what? Wait, why would you? You know, so
I guess because the names that we want to do it are not doing it, and that's what's frustrating to everyone. Like everybody would love to see, the bigger names that we want to see. Who doesn't want to see? I don't know. Maybe a Jay-Z, Nas. I don't know. Cole Kendrick. I don't know.
But we didn't have think about it. Verzuz has been out for a long time, and they were doing artists that aren't necessarily like big blockbuster artists now. Like it was just artists that we as the culture would love to see. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think it's an issue of.
Also, it speaks to that too, though. It speaks to that too because now those artists have already been on, and You're like, oh,
not
okay,
all of them, not all of them, but it's like with Trilla is not plugged in with the culture, so that's why. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that's why they have a harder time figuring out like, oh, will this work? Will that work? You know?
So Swiss and Timberland got nothing to do with the
Yeah, I don't know because I heard that they do in some ways, but it's clear that it's clear that things have changed since they sold it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if you all are still involved, then how involved are you? Because there's a clear difference now.
Yeah.
Right. So, but that's my take on it. Let's get like one. Let's get like one more in, and because I know it's one more, at least one more, real quick. Yo, this show right here, yo, I haven't watched it.
That I was hoping that you was going to put the clicker on that jump. We can talk about it. We can talk about it. Okay.
Yo, what's up with this show, man? Because I haven't seen it yet.
It's the worst. It's the worst possible show. It's the worst possible show on fucking planet, bruh. It's a show. It's called P Valley. For those that don't know what this picture represents, okay? P Valley is a show that's based in Memphis, and it's based around a strip club, a very popular strip club in Memphis. Okay. The premise of the show is all based around the strippers of the joint, right?
Right, and I heard that's how they finesse dudes into watching it.
Yes, but they also have the owner of said strip club is a homosexual male who is very flamboyant, very large, man, by the name of Uncle Clifford. He wears like full set wigs and his nails done, wears makeup, but has a whole beard lined up tighter than my shit. And I get my shit done by the Dominican. So his shit be crispy. You heard?
Yeah.
So I said all that to say this. In the beginning, like the first season, bro, I watched a little bit of it. And I'm all like, all right, cool, because it was big time twerking game going on, a little bit of gangster shit, and a little bit of like, some rapper stuff, like somebody trying to get into the game.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like out of complete left field, yo.
Right.
It went total left, bro. Like some dude named Little Murder is getting little murdered in the ass every other episode, bro. Like it is beyond sugar in the tank, Slim. He get the whole sugar cane up his ass, dog.
Yo, please, stop, yo. I'm gonna mute you, yo. Please, yo.
Yo, this shit is crazy. Now, and it's like for real, like, and it's getting to the point where it's getting a little too graphic for me, dog. Like
that's what I heard. Yeah.
It's getting way too graphic for even the females that still keep up with this show. Like they are the only ones that appreciate these particular narratives.
Right.
Like so once they started cuddling in the bed, I was like, I am off this shit. But when I just heard, because I know somebody that still watches the show, and they told me about this last particular episode, and I'm tearing about it, and I'm all like, oh, for real? Then she tells me, like, it gets a little too detailed even for me. Like, I'm all like, what? She's like, yes, yo, this shit is left.
This is on
FX or something.
So hold up, this isn't even on like a premium channel.
It's not on no HBO, Showtime, none of that. Dog. Ain't no Skinemax, none of that. It's like a real live, like FX Hulu situation, bro. I don't know. I can't remember the channel was on, but all I can tell you is that, like, I don't get how you get gay man sex from P Valley.
Right.
P Valley supposed to stand for right.
Right.
It don't stand for
if they were able to do a whole 180 from that storyline, from that premise.
Bruh.
Yo, somebody, it's a podcast.
It kicked off like Players Club. It ended like Brokeback Mountain, cuz. You hear me?
Yeah, it's a guy I listened to, and he was talking about P Valley, and he was basically just talking about how they keep trying to, force this whole agenda into black content right now, right?
Yo, that shit is
And
crazy.
he was like, it went from. He said he was watching P Valley. He was like, I don't even understand it. I was like, 1 minute you watching like, just real dude stuff going on. Like you got the strip club and this dude's hustling and this dude, like just in the streets, whatever. And you got a guy like he's like, for example, you have a guy like, yeah, I'm about to buy these bricks off. So I'm gonna get these bricks. So we're gonna meet over here and we're gonna do this, blah, blah, whoopie whoop. But before we do that, real quick, I gotta get my back blown out. It's just like, what?
That is exactly
where did this come from?
Show, that is exactly what's going on. It happens out of nowhere. Like you thinking this is kind of like Power. Okay, I'm cool with that. Ghost over here doing his thing, this, that, and the other. Next thing you know, Ghost is over here really snuggled up with Tommy and shit. Like this is crazy. I don't understand what's going on. The world is in shambles. I'm sorry to say, I gotta say this, man. The pandemic is a factory reset for the world. I'm just saying it. And people caught COVID from eating booty. I'm telling everybody this. I've been putting this out. All right. Because I'm saying COVID comes from
on that note. Then we're gonna sign off. This nigga got this that's a wild, disturbing 7-day theory. You remember Pac's 7-day theory? That is a wild 7-day theory, yo.
I've been around for a long ass time, yo. And it wasn't really customary for people to be walking around here eating butt like they do. But check this out now. Ever since this became a fashionable thing, now niggas got respiratory problems and shit. What is going on? What is going on in the world?
You saying it ain't something in the water, it's something in the booty.
It's something in your ass. They talking about you. A nigga got COVID from eating bats and shit. Eating bats. No, you a couple letters off there, Slim. You was eating butts, nigga. And that's why the poo particles you breathing into my face are toxic to me. I don't need you to be doing
it wasn't bats, it was butts. It wasn't bats, it was butts. That's gonna be the caption.
It was clearly. Hey yo!
All right, yo, let me go, man. Let's sign off.
All right, my G. Love you, bro. Talk to you. Tell mother what's cracking, man. You know what I mean? Let's keep this shit rocking, baby.
Yeah, we definitely gotta do that, yo. And I'm gonna send that S-Curl segment to James, yo.
Hey, at least he know it come from love, because I still had his back regardless. Y'all was busting off mean shots. That shit.
Come on, man. Nah, yo. I said he had a genuine.
Keep it a bean though. Yo, come on. What you trying to say? My nigga was so anxious. You better relax, okay? Okay.
Yeah, genuine. I've been out here wilding, by the way. Like he been out here acting crazy.
Nah, he just acting old, nigga. That nigga just can't dance anymore. Like
that's true. That's
pretty much a rap.
Yeah.
The niggas just acting crazy. Is like? Did you hear about George Foreman? His situation, yo?
What?
They try to say George Foreman, Bill Cosby, and bitches now. I mean, shorties now.
Oh, I did hear about that. I heard about that.
That's crazy.
I heard about that. But you know what? That's that Me Too thing. That's that Me Too thing. And I saw an interview recently. We're not gonna get into it. We'll talk about it next time. But I saw an interview recently with Tavis Smiley because he's been underground for a minute because they got him caught up with the Me Too thing.
I saw him talking to DJ Vlad. I saw him talking to DJ Vlad, yo. I
might bleep that out because I don't want to mention Vlad on this platform ever. But
Okay.
Yeah, he's a goofy. But he talked about
that's something that we should talk about next time, though.
Yeah, but no, Tavis talked about because now he went and bought a radio station. He has his own production and all this other stuff, producing his own content. But he was like, the road back, he was like, man, it was hellish. He was like, man, once they put you in that Me Too blender. But this is the thing. He said in the interview, he said they tried to offer me several settlements, and it got up to the multi-millions, to the point where on the court steps, my attorney walked up to me and said, look, they're offering you one more deal. And they upped the numbers crazy. So basically, but he said, no, I'm not taking it because all I have is my name and I'm fighting this. So basically, he's of the mindset of, first of all, if you offer me this much money and you want me to bury it that quick, that means I'm going to expose a lot of this Me Too. Not to say that no woman was ever mistreated, but once it gets to witch hunt status, so he's you know, Tavis ain't no whore, yo. So, but anyway, we'll talk about it next time. All
right, Shorty.
All right, please.
Since D.W. Griffith's Birth of a Nation in 1915, the black male image has been under assault. There is one thing that does not exist, and it needs to exist. Black male media by black men for black men.